Jesus, you love me too much, oh, too much, oh, too much, oh, excess love, oh. Marrying a church girl is very useless. Why? Because it will look like you are in a polyandry. Polyandry is a system of marriage whereby the lady marries more than one husband, not polygamy now. If you marry a church girl, she will be married to 3 people. Kembo, the first person, she'll be married to Jesus Christ. She'll be married to her pastor or her man of God, and she'll be married to you. If she's married to Jesus Christ, she hopes on the Lord. She cannot do anything for herself without hoping on Jesus. She runs to Jesus for help without running to you for help. And Jesus will disappoint her. If her child is sick, if your child is sick, she starts crying to Jesus instead of taking the child to the hospital. If there's no money in the house, instead of her to do a job and support you or give you financial advice so that you pimp your business, she will start crying to Jesus, and Jesus will not give her 1 naira. She's married to Jesus. She takes the time and the energy she's supposed to use to spend on you and spend it to Jesus, and your marriage will crash. That is why you are tempted to go and look after side chick, go after side pieces, go after girlfriends when you are married to your wife, because your wife will fail to do her function as a wife, and she will hope on Jesus. She's married to Jesus. She will sing love songs to Jesus. She will kiss Jesus. She will cherish Jesus. She cannot do anything without Jesus. Therefore, she's not totally your wife. If you marry a church girl, she will devote her time to Jesus. Anything she wants to do in the house, she must seek permission from Jesus, and she will think Jesus is speaking to her. Why Jesus is not speaking to her? She'll wake up from a terrible dream and start telling you things. She'll put fear in you that such that instead of you to go and get a contract, she'll tell you not to go for the contract, that people will kill you, and you don't go for the contract, and you become poorer than you met her. That's her first husband. Her second husband is her man of God. If you marry a church girl, she cannot do anything. She cannot sleep with you except inquiring from her man of God. She will take her secrets, the secrets of the family, to the man of God. She will expose to the man of God. If you do anything at home, instead of her to cancel you, instead of her to ask you questions as your wife, she will go and report you to the man of God. It's not as if she reports you to your family. She will report to the man of God, and the man of God will call you and start asking you questions. Your fellow man will call you and start asking your secret questions about you that you should resolve yourself, while your man of God has his own to resolve as a man. She will take you, her husband, her man of God will determine how many rounds of sex she will give you per night. Her man of God will determine when she will be doing fasting or not. When she fasts, no sex for you. Her man of God will determine how to treat you and take care of you at home. Her man of God will determine the amount of time she will give you and your kids at home. She will spend most of her time in the church. If her man of God demand for sex, she will gladly oblige. She will make her man of God can sleep with her anytime. Why? Because she will think it's the Holy Spirit that is speaking through the lips of her man of God. She will worship her man of God than you. She will take your respect and give to a man of God. If you talk 1 at home, she will talk 10. But if her man of God talks 1, she will say, "Yes, my Lord. Yes, Daddy. Yes, my Lord. I worship you." Yeah, she will make you a third-class citizen in your own house. That's her second husband. Her third husband is you. You are worthless. You worth nothing in the house if you marry a church girl. Yes, because your wife belongs to 2 people. One is a spirit in Jerusalem, and one is a human being in Nigeria on earth. You will worth nothing if you marry a church girl. So, if your wife is a church girl, start now to withdraw her. Tell her not to teach your children about heaven and hell, Garden of Eden. No, if your children wants to know about the history of the world, they should read history books written by historical archaeologists, scientists about the world, origin of the world, and not Bible is a fairy tale. If your wife is going to church, start bringing her back now, because she will be going to church. Before you know, they will brainwash her. Anything that happens in your house is done by the devil. If your motor crashes, it's the devil. If your business has problem, it's the devil. So your woman, before you know, she will start taking money for the family and giving it to church. Any 1 penny your wife spends in the church sets the family backwards, even if it's 100 naira. Oga, Any amount your wife spends in church sets the family backwards. Any amount of time, amount of effort, amount of resources your wife spends in church should have been spent at home. So it sets the family backwards. So if your wife loves you, she should stay at home. See, if your wife is a church goer, bring her. She's not gaining anything from the church. She's not gaining one thing. If she's gaining one thing, you tell me. She's not gaining anything. Please remove her from the church, because she's drawing you back. She'll be going for night vigil. When she go for night vigil, she will not be able to go to her work. If she goes for night vigil, she will spend days. Before she recovers, she must have lost she must have lost the energy she should have been used to put in the family. If your wife is lazy, if your wife is idle, engage her into a job, engage her into a work, make her productive. Don't make her idle. Don't be giving her money. You think you love her, you're giving her money, and you make her idle in church, doing nothing, making your kids to be brainwashed, teaching them nothing. She's supposed to be teaching your children computer. She's supposed to be teaching them real knowledge. She's supposed to be teaching them science. She's also be teaching them religion, baseless faith. If your children ask your wife to explain what she believes in, heaven and hell, can she explain? She cannot explain. Please, auntie, if you love your husband, go to work. Go and work and help your husband and feed the family. Stop jumping from one church to another. You people should stop all this nonsense you are doing. For the fact your parents brought you up in the church, it doesn't mean they are right. They were brainwashed. For the fact your pastor or your bishop or whoever he is, for the fact he told you to spend your time in church, it doesn't mean he's right. For the fact your grandfather, for your professor, anybody that tells you to spend your time worshiping a Jesus that never exists, the person is lying to you. If you really love your husband, go and help him. Help him raise the kids. Worship him. Stop helping another woman to worship her husband. Your man of God has marital crisis and he settles it himself, or he takes it back to his parents or his family to settle it. Marriage is a family affair. If you have anything at home that is bothering you, meet your family to settle it, or meet a professional psychologist or a therapist. That's what people abroad do, to help you, a guidance counselor who will help you to tell you what's wrong with your family. Or you meet a medical doctor if it's a medical illness or medical stuff. Stop meeting your man of God. Your mommy G.O. is handling her husband. Your mommy Gio is worshiping her husband, and you are helping her to worship her husband while leaving your own at home to be stranded. And tomorrow you cry that he's cheating. Why won't he cheat when you're not doing your marital duties as a wife? Auntie, if you love your husband, you worship him. Your husband is your pastor. Your husband is your Jesus Christ. Your husband is your God. Your husband is your daddy. Your husband is your baby. Your husband is your child. Take care of him, worship him, serve him, love him, honor him. Even the Bible you read says honor him. Honor, respect is what men interpret as love. When you honor your husband, when you listen to him, when you are submissive doesn't mean slavery. Submissive means you should honor him. When you honor him, you see him honoring you back. You see him worshiping you back. You see him loving you. You see him taking care of you. That is the only thing you can do for your marriage. Stop jumping from one church to another. Stop leaving your family to go and satisfy the family of another person. Auntie, please stay one place. Thank you.